104.1 KRBE.
Let's go.
Good morning.
The Roula and Ryan Show.
With Eric.
It's about to get all stupid up in here.
Hey, sleepyhead.
Featuring Special K
Nobody asked you, Kevin.
and Sam.
You've waited long enough.
How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula.
Macaroni and cheese hot dog.
Ryan.
I am the worst DJ ever.
With Eric.
We're the champions of the world.
104.1 KRBE.
Good morning.
Houston, Texas. Oh, it's Monday. It's August the 18th of 2025 at 6:01 a.m. It's the gang. Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam. Hello, I have my voice there.
Yeah. Sam on maternity leave. She'll be back in just a short while.
Frog in my throat. Yeah, that's right. Sam's almost done with her maternity leave. Kids are almost totally back in school. A lot of kids going back in the middle of the week through to the end of the week. I don't know if anybody starts next week or they're all going to be done and be in by the end
I
of this
think
week.
everybody's in.
Because there's so many school
Mostly.
districts that we cover with our voices and our signal for our radio station.
Maybe old school after the Labor Day.
Labor Day. That's how it was when I was a little kid. It was always the day after Labor Day. You'd go in.
That's how my
I wish I had
children's
that.
preschool is still today. Because my kids' preschool would always start that Wednesday after Labor Day.
But
So-
I think they've done a lot of studies and, they started earlier, but they also have breaks that we didn't have when we were kids. Like they've got the whole week off for Thanksgiving. They've got, they break up the monotony. So you may have a shorter summer, but you've got longer breaks throughout the year.
Like in California, I was asking my daughter, would you rather do what they do in some parts of California where they go to school year round, but they get a month off after every quarter? Like, so basically December, could we get...
What was the answer?
She's like, no.
Yeah.
She's like, I feel like I like having the summer break. But I'm like, yeah, but you guys get bored by the third week. If you do it every 3 or 4 months, you get a whole month off.
Listen to the kids.
Actually, it's an interesting observation. And for all three of my kids, I've never thought of this until last night. My son shared this with me. He's 10. He's in the 5th grade. And, every year you find out your school schedule and the school changes out what time. Like, you find out, the first graders eat lunch at this time or the second graders eat lunch at this time. And I remember, I think when my middle daughter was in 4th grade, she had like a 1 p.m. lunch. And I'm
that's so late. You're going to be starving.
I was like, that's a 1 p.m. lunch? That's the latest lunch. I thought they would save that for like the oldest kids in the school, but no.
You're out in an hour and a half.
So this year, my son has the 1 o'clock schedule.
Oh, no.
And he was telling me last night how he just feels like the day is so long, Mommy. And then we eat lunch, and then we're there like an hour, and then we leave. And the day is so long. And I was asking him, now, are you saying it's so long because you're hungry by the time it's lunchtime? Or I never thought of this way. So in his mind, it breaks up the school hours for him. He's like, oh, okay, we have lunch break now.
Yep.
It's like a lunch break. And then the lunch break kind of splits the day, and then he knows he's got this much more time after. But he, in the 3 days he's been in school, has been looking at the clock like, still it's not lunchtime. And then lunch happens, it's like, boom, boom, zoom, you're out at 3 o'clock.
Really is. That's
and so I
late.
was like, well, when do y'all have snack? Like, don't you have snack time? And he was telling me, like, my husband does a great job of making them breakfast in the morning, so he eats breakfast, and his snack, he told me, is too early. He is not really hungry yet.
Oh.
So he doesn't really want to eat his snack. But then when he really is hungry, lunch is not for like another 2 hours or something.
We never had a
that so
snack
wacky?
time.
The-
Did you guys?
The snack is happening, I think, because
No, I
the
didn't
lunch is
have
at
it.
1.
Oh, they have
And
to
I
do
know
that
they've
for
had
them.
snack at that school, like just, hey, just has to be something quick, like a Quaker oat bar or something. Can't be messy, can't be greasy, can't be a bag of chips.
It's crazy, 1 o'clock.
1
That's
o'clock
so
lunch
late.
for 10-year-olds.
But then the flip side is,
People we always talk about, people are always eating in Houston.
I know.
At 10:45, 11 o'clock, they open and they're eating and it's full.
but
And
that's the
these
flip
kids have been
side.
up
Some of
since
these
6.
kids
And those people were
start. I mean, when's the earliest? Like 10:30.
I think like 10:45 or 10:50 is the first lunch of the
That's
day.
really early.
Maybe for like the kindergartners or something. But that 1 o'clock, man. And I was thinking, okay, well, just make sure that you eat a really good breakfast and then you have a really good snack. But he's like, it's not really about that. It's the mental game. The mental game is, oh my God, we have all these hours before we get a break, and then we get the break, and then boom, we're out. And so I was like, wow, that's interesting. I don't know how they plan that kind of stuff. I mean, obviously they have to shuffle cafeteria time because it's a mess. Actually, I haven't been there. It's only been 3 days, but at my kid's school, you can still go have lunch with your child because of the age group they're in. So I'm definitely have to do that this week.
Yeah, it's when the parents aren't, the kids aren't embarrassed that you.
At that age.
So you're still kind of cool. But in certain ages, like, no, don't come.
Yeah.
Like, you always go for their birthday. Bring
Yeah.
them food and eat with them. Bring them some.
That's
Raising
lower
Cane's
L.
or something.
Yeah.
Well, remember when we did the
7th grade,
parent
you can't do
wellness
that.
check?
Ooh.
We did the parent wellness check last week to see how the parents are feeling after dropping their kids off and being sad or not. And was it the dad or the mom that said, "Don't give me a hug"?
Yeah.
Was it the 10-year-old,
yeah.
the 12-year-old said, "Don't give me a hug." You're like, what?
Fifth grader, right? Fifth grader.
Don't give me a hug.
There are moments in your
Oh,
life
no.
that you remember and you look back and you're like, oh, that hurt. Like when they stop wanting hugs. That's like the hard part. That's so hard to process. Like when you go in for a hug and they kind of like shrug a little bit.
Oh,
like,
my daughter thinks, I tell her all the time, are you allergic to love now? Are you allergic to my hugs? Because she doesn't really hug back. And
you
I'll
pour
hold
so
on to her.
much
I'm like, put your arms around me.
into 'em.
Pretend like you love me.
Or when they hug you, it feels weird.
When they hug you.
Yeah, like Ava will hug me. I'm like, because I'm not used to her wanting a hug. I'm like,
Oh.
what do you want?
No,
What
no,
do you want?
never
But
say
then,
that.
in the circle of life, no, my daughter's an adult. And when she saw me, I think it was back in February, we hadn't seen each other in months. She came up to me unsolicited, just gave me the biggest embrace, and it meant the world to me.
That's good. Somebody said they went to one of those year-round schools. They loved it.
Really?
I think as a parent, it might be easier because 3 months of like childcare and stuff all at one time.
Camps and
Oh, yeah.
things like
Camps.
that.
With that, you're just like, okay, Christmas time. And really, most people get 2 weeks off anyway, the kids, right?
At Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas.
At Christmas, you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how the summer thing would work. I've only seen, I think Australia does that.
Did you
I think
guys
that's where I saw that in Australia. They were doing year
did you
round.
see CJ Stroud Saturday, what he was wearing?
I saw nothing. Tell me. I saw nothing.
He was wearing a Seattle Mariners hat while walking in at the podium. That was the big scuttlebutt of the game. No one was talking about the game. Oh,
Why was
Texans
he wearing a
been-
Mariners hat?
Well, he said he loves the Astros, but that's just for the swag, just for the look.
Oh.
I'm like,
Dude, know
all the
your
teams
town.
are big.
I'm not wearing a sunshine on my hat for Sunny 99.1 because I
I know.
think the sun is cute.
Yeah, you don't. You gotta be loyal.
This is where I work.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Was kind of a lame excuse. Like, no big deal. It's like, don't tell people no big deal. They love their Astros and Texans. Fanatics fan.
Yeah.
That's what the word is.
Yes, the
It's like,
fan
where
is
do you
the
live?
fanatic.
Who do you play for?
Oh, which, by the way, my friends were at the game. Was it Saturday or Sunday? I was scrolling Instagram before I went to bed last night to check and see if there's any like world or entertainment news I may have missed since I enjoyed my weekend. And I saw the guy running the field.
Oh yeah, I heard
This guy
somebody-
got away and he was running all over the field. But was that yesterday's game?
I know
Let me
baseball
check.
game too, right? Was it baseball as well?
No, don't bring up yesterday. That
I
was
got their
bad.
butt kicked.
12-0.
Let me look.
2 games now in the last.
Did you see? Was it Jesus Sanchez? He robbed 2 home runs. Like, just,
Yeah, grand slam and like could have been a 2-run home. It could have been 6 more runs. We should have got beaten
I know.
18-0.
Oh my God, that's so
my
horrible.
God.
That's just
Chaz
painful.
McCormick pitched a good inning in the
Chaz
ninth.
McCormick?
Yeah, he pitched in the 9th.
But have you ever been? I've been to games before where it's like, like really by the first inning we're gonna lose. You know, you can just feel the vibe is off.
That was
And
my-
then when it's just like such a slaughter, I mean, 12-0.
Yeah, Roula just showed me the video.
It was 8
Back in
hours ago, so
Park.
it was yesterday's game. And this guy is running, and like, if you're like, whoa, I think he's making it. I think he's making it. And like, one security guard trips and falls.
That's my
and you
fear.
think he's making it. No, he gets tackled by 5 of them.
Like
Because you
when I
work
did
security.
the security for the Cubs, I was usually in the stands,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes the guy had to go to the bathroom, so I'd have to sit out on the field, and you had to wear the hard hat or the helmet.
protection
But
from-
then they were just you look like a dork anyway, and I'm just sitting there going, "Please don't let anything happen." I don't
You
wanna-
didn't want somebody
I don't wanna be
running on the
TV
field?
chasing somebody. They don't train me for that. They don't train, or maybe they do now, but they didn't.
Have they ever had like a full-on streaker go across the field in a
Only
baseball
at the
game?
Super Bowl here.
That
No,
lady-
but baseball, I mean.
The lady with the big.
Morgana.
Yeah,
My mom and dad took us to an Astros game in the Dome when we were kids.
she was famous for that.
And she came out, she
Morgana.
ran out to the field. Nolan Ryan was pitching, and she kissed him. She was the kissing bandit. And the woman had, back then it was a big deal. She's probably like a G cup or something. She was a large breasted woman. Now it's like you see that everywhere, but back then it was kind of a spectacle.
So she would show her tatas.
No, she wouldn't show them. She would just
throw a
be
tight shirt, then she just run on the field and then
kiss somebody.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this lady.
Oh,
ever.
yeah. She kissed
Never.
Nolan Ryan on the pitcher's
It was
mound.
big
Oh
in the
my
90s.
God, and they didn't like.
What was her name?
Morgana.
Morgana.
Where is she now?
I have no idea, but I
Hope
remember
she's
that
not doing
name.
that
Her
anymore.
granddaughter's gonna call.
Oh
and say,
God,
that
she'd
was my
have to be
grandma.
really old now.
That was my grandma.
Yeah, but they let her do it.
You know, true story. One of the craziest calls we've gotten in the history of this show is when a woman called us and told us she and her daughter are both in the same strip club.
Oh, yeah.
She was 53 and her kid was like 23 or something. And I was like, wow, that's for real.
Like, did people walk up to you and say, you must be so proud?
They were at a place off 45, and we were just so like, wow, huh? She goes, no, people know us. People know us. And I'm like, okay, family business.
What if they dance together?
I don't want to know about it, but I just thought, wow, people have made their names for nakedness and whatnot and such not. But this was not a streaker. This was just a dude that ran out onto the field.
Well, we had that guy, Eric. Remember you brought him into the studio? He reeked of alcohol. He had been busted. He wasn't really naked, but he wore a naked suit.
He wore a football over his junk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Super Bowl, Jan Jackson took, no one talked about him. They talked about Jan Jackson, obviously, and JT. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I tracked him down, got his hotel. He opened the door naked. Smoking, because I'm like, come on, man. I'll take you to get some clothes on, and I'll take you to the...
This is Eric,
he kept dropping
really paying his dues.
Remember he's taking his clothes off in the studio?
Mm-hmm. Yep. He had alcohol coming out of his pores when he showed up that morning.
Yeah. He was so drunk, I'm like, all right, let's go. I don't know if this is a good idea or not.
And he told us how he got into the stadium with the pull-apart clothes that nobody could tell because he looked like a ref. He had the pull-apart clothes, had the ref stuff underneath. And so then that's how he jumped over the banister and got onto the field and all that. And what's interesting is now that I'm looking up more of the videos of the fan that ran yesterday who made it all the way to the pitcher's mound, depending on the angle of the fan that posted the video, like this one is from the 400s, and you can see the person in the 300s like fist pumping, like, yeah, make it, outrun them.
That's all they had to cheer for.
That's true.
You're down 12-0.
That was the most exciting thing that happened yesterday. And the guy that went up to Jose Altuve during the playoffs a couple years ago, he just wanted to say, you got to win this game because I spent so much money on this game. Like, where's that guy right now? That's his story. He's like, hey, I did that. I went right up to Altuve and said, you got to win this game. I spent so much money on these tickets. Is that crazy?
It's scary, though, for the players. You don't know. There's nutballs out there.
You have no idea what they could do. They could harm you.
It's crazy. All right, my friends, today we're kicking off that first day of the week, trying to just make it a little easier on you. And last week I mentioned when Taylor Swift was on that podcast with the Kelsey brothers, New Heights, how I was like, wow, something that she could visit my house because she loves, the reveal was that she loves bread and she loves making bread. But how is that connected to the next big thing people think she's going to be doing? Well, you'll hear about it in Scoop. Here's your weather for today.
It is going to be sunshine early part of the day. Should be a high in the mid 90s right now. Already 81 degrees and 6:13 on a Roula and Ryan show with Eric.
Celebrity Scoop on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
All right, so it's brought to you by Taqueria Sarandas. And last week, the big scuttlebutt was that Taylor Swift was on the New Heights podcast with the Kelsey brothers, and it made monstrous record-breaking ratings for people who want to watch it live, stream it live, listen to it later, and all the things.
Well, of course, but why do they call the podcast New Heights?
Because that's where they're from in where they grew up.
That's the name
it's
of
called
the
New
town?
Heights. Yeah, it's called New Heights. So she says on that podcast that she's recently become obsessed with making bread. So my joke last week was, why would Taylor Swift come visit me? What do I have in common with what she wants to do? Ha ha. My husband makes bread. He's the bread man. And he started making bread at our house. And now this is his full-time job. And he is doing very well at it. And so I was like, oh, that's funny. Well, a lot of the Swifties deep dive a lot of things. And now over the weekend, it has exploded that everyone's convinced that Taylor Swift is going to do the Super Bowl halftime show because of her love of making bread. Now, how are those two things related?
Yeah.
Because the Super Bowl, I know this is, you got to follow the map here. You got to follow the map here. Super Bowl 60 is going to happen at Levi Stadium, which is the home of the San Francisco 49ers. What is San Francisco known for besides homeless people and, Golden Gate Bridge? Sourdough bread.
Really?
I didn't know that. It's just chocolate up there.
I never heard of that.
Yeah,
Listen to
sourdough
this.
bread is big, yeah.
Sourdough bread. So much so that the 49ers mascot, guys, is called Sourdough Sam. I had no idea.
Never knew that.
Never knew that either. And they're saying, she said she thinks about sourdough 60% of the time. Oh, what Super Bowl number is it, guys? Super Bowl 60. And so this is where everyone has gone crazy. Everyone's gone crazy.
I bet she'd do it if she knew, like say, the Chiefs start out 4-0 and they're looking really great. because they usually know around November, October.
But here's the weird thing, Eric.
And she'll be like, you know what? I'll do it. Hopefully my boyfriend will be in the Super Bowl, and I'll be there too.
She doesn't need to. She just played a Super Bowl 3 times a weekend for the last 2 years.
She has a new album out,
She
though.
has sold out those stadiums hundreds of times.
She doesn't need the help, Eric. I mean, she can put in anything and it's going to sell.
But
and
a lot of people don't need
like
the help. That's what usually they pick you because you're successful. They're not picking. I mean, in the old days they pick old bands, but they're picking people that are hot
up
and
and
people want to
comers.
watch. They don't care about their sales. All the Super Bowl cares about is views.
Right.
And who's going to get you the most views?
Well, she
Don't
would.
you think it's a little too
There
soon?
you go.
It's a little too soon. I mean, Eras Tour just finished. She just did the stadium tour.
But if these are a bunch of songs that have a lot of hits on them, like bangers, that she was saying, everyone's saying they're upbeat. Those and her old stuff.
We'll see. Is this is what the Swifties are digging up going to be true or not? Well, the headliner announcement is going to be in September. The last time we had any kind of speculation, it was that Jay-Z might do it. But isn't Jay-Z in charge of picking it?
he's
Yeah.
he's
Yeah, I
big
don't think
wig.
he's picking Taylor Swift.
I'm going to do it myself. That's
Listen,
what he's going to do.
you know how we always say, my gosh, time flies so fast, especially kids going back to school, and the kids are like, wow, where'd the time go? The kids have gotten so big. 10 years ago this week, One Direction broke up.
It's been 10 years.
It's been 10 years
Wow.
since One Direction broke up. 10 years ago this week, Jennifer Lawrence was the highest paid actress in the world.
For what?
In the world.
Hunger Games still going on?
Yeah, she was making
Still there?
$52 million. Scarlett Johansson was the second highest paid at 35.5. Melissa McCarthy was the third highest paid actress 10 years ago at 23 million. And 10 years ago, Kevin got very upset and a little perclumped on the air because Jon Stewart had left The Daily Show.
Oh, it's been a decade.
And now he's back.
Well, one day a week.
Yeah, but still a little bit.
But his fingerprints are still on the show.
Yeah, who does it the rest of the time?
They take turns with the cast, the reporters and stuff.
Oh, they do? Okay.
The other
I
correspondents.
don't know their names. I know what they look
Desi
like.
Lydic.
I don't watch it that much. I just see it on TikTok.
So he's kind of doing like what John Oliver does, like a once a week type show.
Yeah, well, his show goes on and airs the rest of the week, but he's only a part of it the one day on Mondays.
And it says, I don't remember this, 10 years ago when he left the Daily Show, his first gig out of the Daily Show was hosting SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah.
He took a folding chair to John Cena.
I forgot.
I do not remember this
He turned
story
like
at all.
into a heel or something, and he hit
My
Jon Stewart did?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's so funny.
You have to watch that one on YouTube.
And then mailing potatoes was a thing 10 years ago. Do you remember when this guy here in Texas made this thing go viral and people started just mailing people random potatoes? Like random people got a potato.
Like
in
which
the mail.
kind?
Like a russet?
Those little ones?
He launched a company called Potato Parcel. And if it let you mail a potato with a personalized message written on it.
That's so strange.
Now he's
They say
probably
people are still
poor.
randomly doing this. Potato Parcel.
How about
Now-
bananas? Remember, didn't we learn that? You can write your name on the banana and the
Oh,
peel.
yeah.
Yeah, with your fingernail. Oh, and by the way, I didn't even realize this happened 10 years ago. I feel like this was more like a 5-year ago announcement. But when the pumpkin spice latte, of course, has become like the revered fall drink for Starbucks. And then every year they're like, well, the pumpkin spice latte is coming. It's coming in August. It has to get here in August because they reveal the Christmas stuff like, I don't know, October 15th or something. 10 years ago is when the pumpkin spice latte said, we're actually going to put real pumpkin in it now.
They didn't do
What
it
was it
before?
before? It was like nutmeg and cloves?
Well, I mean,
or-
the spices are different. It's a pumpkin spice, right? But there was no actual pumpkin. They added pumpkin puree to the recipe in 2015. There was no actual pumpkin puree in the pumpkin spice latte. But technically, we are supposed to think there's pumpkin because of the word, but it says pumpkin spice.
It's misleading.
Not pumpkin pie latte.
That's true.
Pumpkin spice latte. So you're using the spices of a pumpkin pie into the coffee. And then people
So
lost
that's like
their mind.
cinnamon and nutmeg.
Cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, brown sugar.
How's that dude down here? Like, I feel like up north it would hit hard because it's colder.
because it gets colder. You want your fall feels.
Here, I'm like, it's 90 degrees.
It's good. You know what I liked? I liked
Pumpkin
there was a small window of my life where I was drinking cold brew, and that is intense. If you drink cold brew,
Is it more caffeinated?
Oh my God!
Tried that
they
last
had-
week, didn't we?
Yeah, we did the cold brew with
Slowpokes.
Slowpokes, correct. So the pumpkin spice foam cream had come out at Starbucks with the cold brew, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll try this. And they put it on the top. And they don't give you a straw because the way the top is, it's made to drink out of the top with a bigger like spout opening for your mouth. And I was like, okay, I get that. But then I get like a whole like bunch of the cream, and then it wasn't a good distribution. Like I needed cold pumpkin foam with the cold brew, because if you had too much, like if you didn't drink it right, you had all the foam and then you had the cold brew, and then you're like, this is all just black coffee, which Kevin, I know that's how you drink it. I can't handle.
Yes, it's so
straight up
good.
black coffee. So when Slowpokes was in here and we were doing the cold brew with them, I was like, yeah, that's a wow, that's like that. It makes it whoa. Sound like
Kevin likes that.
cold brew. Bah. They
Sound
get a
like,
shave.
sound like the guy from Caddyshack.
Oh, which one?
Oh,
That guy.
the judge.
The judge smells.
Oh, Danny, how about a Fresca?
That guy. You sound like
I do.
Monroe. That guy.
Yeah, Ted Knight. That's the actor.
So anyway, pumpkin spice lattes. I believe they're out. Oh, and I have to do a very special birthday shout out right now because it's going to podcast later. And I couldn't do it. I want to make sure that, because my nephews listen to the podcast. They don't live here. But today is my nephew's birthday. He is turning 25 years old. He was born in 2000. And of all the little Christy grandchildren, we've been here for all of them. But this is the only grandchild that had nobody come to the hospital except my one sister, because all of us were out of town when he was born. And it was so crazy because we're like, oh my God, George and me are having the baby. But that was the first time since I was 9 years old that I was in grief with both my parents. That had not happened since I was 9. And it was me, my sister, my brother, and my mom and dad. We had gone to Greece together to see my grandparents. And my sister-in-law goes into labor with my nephew. So only my sister Maria was here. So it was so fun. And we didn't have text messaging, and we didn't have
back, there's a little baby
Instagram.
boy.
And then I remember on the phone, like on the little telecard, a telecard is how you had to pay like for minutes to pop it into this special payphone to be like, oh my gosh, my nephew's born.
I remember
What is it,
phone
Christy?
cards. Yeah, you'd give them
Little
like,
phone cards. You had
as
to
a
pop
little
them. And
gift.
and the payphone had like a slat in there, and you'd pop that card in there, and it would dock down the minutes while you talked.
I used to give away O.J. Simpson ones during the whole thing.
Really?
In my college, they thought we were the other rock station. Because we were WCRX, they were WRCX. So I'd get their stuff by mistake.
Oh, so you just give away in there?
I'd get people to call in, like celebrities, they'd call the wrong number. I'd have them on our show instead of Man Cow.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Do you remember me telling you this story? Like when I was married to Michelle, my dad had remarried, so I had a stepsister and her husband, and we had agreed for Christmas no gifts. And I got there. Faith was really little. My daughter was like 3 or something, and we arrived, and I got there with Faith before Michelle did. And I called her and said, oh, my God, they got us gifts.
Oh, no.
And Michelle ran to the convenience store and bought a bunch of phone cards,
Oh, that's
put them
the
in a Christmas card.
gotta
I
do what you
opened up
gotta
the
do.
gift. They bought me a cigar humidor. It must have been like a couple $100.
And you get
And we handed them a card with like phone cards in it. And I was like, oh, God, this is worse than nothing.
yeah, you're better off nothing.
You're better off with nothing. This is so horrible.
Oh, we ran out of the house so fast.
Phone
so we
cards.
forgot
Yeah, 'cause they
them.
don't give the gift cards are awesome now. Like at the store, Kroger, there's like
Yeah.
so many choices. But 20 years ago, there was
No, there weren't a lot of choices.
Well, 20 years ago, what happened 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 10 years ago? You could roll down that. But happy birthday, Bunny Thea. Thea Roula loves you so much. I hope you have the best day. And coming up next, we have a listener line that we want to listen. I have not heard it, so I just know it's about a teacher saying the year's going to be rough, I guess, based on what happened to her last week.
interesting. I think that is
Interesting, yeah.
It's going to be an interesting
It's
year.
going to be
she
one of
said.
those
And
years.
she explained what happened to her already, and she's wondering about other teachers. So we
Okay.
can hear her what happened to her.
And then see if other teachers agree with her or not.
Yeah.
Next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
Good morning from the Bell Furniture Unbeatable Prices Traffic Desk. I-10 Katy Freeway westbound at Taylor. Watch for a stalled car in the center lane. It slows you down 6 minutes from 59. Highway 225 eastbound at East Boulevard. There's a stalled car.
Ladies and
It's time to check in with Roula and Ryan's listener line.
You have 912 messages. Please tell people to stop complaining about Ryan.
104.1 KRBE.
No, they're not.
Right. Y'all go to the listener line at 713-278-VENT. That's 8368 on your phone. Put it in there as a contact. Come on. You got so many contacts you don't pay attention to.
It's
What's
true.
one more? When you need us, we'll be right there
It
for
really
you.
is helpful. And
The
we get
listener line.
we get everything from questions to commentary.
Compliments, complaints.
Last week
Get
we
it
did
all.
a segment, and this is kind of, I'm just going to let her say it. It's a follow-up to last week's segment.
You all had a segment about kids who already got in trouble the first week of school. I think you should do a segment of teachers who already know after the first week of school that their class is going to be interesting. I teach little bitty 4-year-olds. I've already been hit twice. I have a little boy in my class that evidently his parents curse around him because he curses in front of us just like it's regular conversation. So I know it's going to be an interesting year. So I think that would be a good segment. Teachers that think after the first week, they know it's going to be an interesting year.
She's been hit twice.
Oh my God!
And
Now
she's got a 4-year-old that swears like a sailor.
For her to have been smacked by 4-year-olds, to me, it doesn't worry me as much as if she was calling that she had sophomores in high school that had hit her twice.
Yeah, like 6th graders. Because 4-year-olds don't really,
4-year-olds are like, you have to do, we don't hit. We don't hit. We keep our hands to ourselves.
At home, but you can't do that here.
If any teachers want to chime in, 833-390-KRBE. You already know it's going to be one of those years.
This year's blanked.
Yep, this lost cause.
You're like, the wheels have fallen off and it's been 3 days or 4 days or 5 days. Yeah, what makes you feel like when you look at the class roster, we asked this question before too. You see like a kid that maybe didn't have the best reputation or didn't behave the best.
Maybe they had an older sibling.
Or the younger sibling comes in. Do they have to pay for the sins of the older sibling? The one that wreaked havoc on the school now. The teacher's like dreading, oh no, this kid's sibling is
Johnny's
on my roster.
little brother. He's going to be a handful.
If Johnny was this much, then what's going to happen with Billy?
It's always thought they're like, oh, these teachers could flunk that kid. I'm like, they don't want that kid again next year. Yeah. I want to make sure he passes and go into the next class and screw that teacher.
That's
Leave me
how
alone.
They slip through the cracks.
I don't want that person back again for another year of torment if they're, bad seeds. I don't know. I do you think teachers sit in that, their little office,
teachers lounge,
and just, wait, next year.
Do you think they gossip?
Kid, I would.
They're like,
Listen,
oh boy,
as much as the parents talk about what teacher is good and not good, the teachers I bet are doing the same thing.
They should.
Like, they have to know what they're getting themselves into. They have to know who's a handful and who's not.
Oh, you think that they might gossip about the parents, too? Like, oh boy,
sure.
Helicopter parent, watch out for this one.
You're going to get 5 emails from this person.
Right. Or this is the one that doesn't ever know what's happening, so
you got
this kid's never
going to have Or the parent in denial.
Folder.
Not my little angel. You must be teaching him wrong.
Well, you got that good one. You're like, that family's rich. They give good Christmas gifts.
Gift cards.
Yeah. Why does your mind always go there?
With the good kid. Because listen, I was thinking
we're just going negative. I'm like, there's going to be teachers with positive stuff.
Well, especially because last week we were asking people, how did you feel like the parent wellness check on how they felt of dropping off the kids, if they were tears or not. And a lot of the preschool parents that were calling in, or the kinder parents that were calling in, there was one teacher who called in. She's a, preschool teacher. And I'm thinking to myself off the air, I'm like, oh, yeah, she's going to get loaded up with great gifts because when your little babies are in school for the first time, you just want to take care of the teachers and you're so cute and you make these cute little things. By the time a kid gets to 6th grade, you don't even know who the teacher is because you never meet them but one time. And if you miss the one-time meet and greet, you don't know their faces at all.
Sometimes they change, too. They have different classes.
Mm-hmm.
So I always have to try to ask my kids, I missed the meet the teacher one year because I had my ankle surgery and I never saw any of them. I said, I could be standing next to your teacher in the grocery store and I wouldn't even know they're your teacher.
I feel like
because
2nd grade.
They look like.
If I had to be a teacher, maybe 2nd grade, 3rd grade. That might be the sweet spot. Because the 6th graders, like you said, you don't get the gifts and stuff, and the kids are just, I don't know, a handful. 2nd, I think they still respect you.
2nd grade is really sweet because they're starting to find their personalities. I mean, I feel like in 2nd grade,
although I think
you can see
also,
who's going to turn into a hellion already.
I think it depends on where you're teaching. My ex-wife, when she started with 1st grade, and her first day of class, she came home crying. I remember her saying, this little kid told me to blank is blank, blank, blank. And the language was unbelievable. And that
at
was
the
because
school you're
because this was in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, I thought you meant here.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I think a lot of, depends on what your environment is, too.
Well, Melissa's giving us some insight on what the teachers know at the beginning of the school year. Hi, Melissa. Good morning. Welcome to the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hi, good morning.
What grade do you teach and how long have you been teaching?
I teach 9th grade, so just the start of high school, and this is my 11th year.
Oh, wow. Nice. Okay, so you have seen a lot probably. What can you tell us about what you guys know about students and their siblings and whether you're putting your judgy pants on or not?
Yeah, we can look it up and see who their family members are, their siblings, when they go to our school. We can also look up any past discipline referrals. So I have a couple of kids this year that I could see from 8th grade and before. They had like 183 discipline referrals.
Ooh.
Oh, my
You kind of already have, but you have to really think, like, why? So I kind of have this pre-conversation with that kid and say, look, I can see all your discipline referrals, but I am not going to judge you. And we are not going to continue that discipline referral track.
Oh, that's good.
And
That's really cool.
Yeah. And then also, if they have the sibling, I never would judge. I mean, I have some bad siblings. I have some good ones. So when they tell me, oh, you taught my brother, I'll look them up. And usually they're a lot different than their siblings.
Really?
So, yeah, us teachers talk about the kids, but you can see their history.
Can you make
just got
trades?
to judge them when they come in.
Make
Can you do trades like in sports? Like, hey, I don't want this kid, but
Roster
hey,
trades.
I'll do your after-school carpool line. I'll do that for 3 weeks if you take Johnny over here.
Yeah.
And I'll,
Right.
whether, I guess you can't do that, huh? They just
I mean,
pick.
some teachers can say, like, oh, this student has an issue in my class. Can we please have them moved to another teacher?
Oh,
and they
okay.
might not even know the student yet. So
Now, it's interesting that you say that, not making a judgment on the child, but what about the parents? I'm sure you've gotten horror stories like, oh, watch out for this parent. They are, whether it be a helicopter parent or they're just mean. I mean,
Or never there, or, either way.
how do you not form an opinion ahead of time when it comes to that?
well, I listen to the gossip, and I just kind of say in my head, I'm like, maybe they just haven't given the parent what they want in the form of, like, the professionalism, and maybe you're just not. I kind of see it as, I'm a teacher and I'm a parent, and I have a lot of expectations. And a lot of the parents that are like that are also teachers.
Oh, well, that's cool.
All right.
I like your attitude.
Melissa, how many days have you been in class so far? How many days has school been in?
This is day 3.
Okay. Well, good luck,
Good luck.
girl. Good luck with those freshmen.
Thank you.
God bless you.
186
Thank
to
you.
go, or how many?
186 more days. 186 more days.
I don't know.
Danielle is a student that feels that she definitely was prejudged based on her siblings' behavior. Hi, Danielle.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. What happened?
So basically, as soon as I got to school, the teachers would be like, oh, she has these siblings. We got to put in the front of the class. And I was like, oh, man. And they're like, some siblings like us. I was like, and then they moved the desk, like, right by the desk. And I'm just like, okay.
Were your siblings
And they're like, yeah, your
troublemakers?
siblings is bad. They were bad. Like, they were really bad.
How many before
And
you?
then,
How
so,
many siblings are we saying?
I had 2.
Okay.
2, and I heard they were so bad to the point where the teacher was so scared of them.
Oh my
and it was
gosh.
like, oh my gosh.
They ruined
And then
it
did
for
you get to
I was a good
surprise
kid.
them? Danielle, did you show them? Like, you look at me now.
Yeah,
I'm not them. Did you show them?
Yeah, I showed them, like, I was a really good kid. So I really never, like, disobeyed them. But my other sister, she was really bad to the point where she got an ISS, alternate point. It was just horrible.
Aw. At least you're a good person. Are they? Did they change it around? I hope they're.
Kid.
Hope they're
You've
good people
restored
too.
the family
Yeah, but-
name.
Yeah, there you go.
I just feel like I feel like sometimes they overjudge you,
Yeah.
in high school
Yeah.
before they know you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if
And
I
then
see,
I'm just
if I see
like,
a third,
okay.
if I see 2 bad ones, I'm going to think now the third's going to be bad too.
I know, but you
Yeah.
showed them, Danielle.
Tread
Thank you
lightly.
so much for calling. Happy school year to everybody listening. Let's get on it. Let's get on this. We got this.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
what's going down in H-Town?
104.1 KRBE.
It is brought to you by Tachys Fiber. The Baltimore Orioles. Oh, boy, what they did to the Stros yesterday. 12-0 at Dyken Park.
Most
Now,
exciting thing that happened was the guy that ran to the home plate and got tackled, or like pitchers down and got tackled. The
Yeah.
fan that got
Seattle
tackled.
lost though, so that's okay.
We're still a game ahead.
Yep.
But
We're
wow.
holding on by
A threat.
death grip.
Jesus Sanchez, though, twice robbing those home runs.
Grand slam and like a 2-run.
So what were you saying when we opened the show, Eric? It could have been much worse.
If he didn't catch those, it would have been 18-0.
Oh, my
18.
That's so terrible.
So if we at least look at the positive there.
Okay. It is
Nice.
Houston
Sure.
Theater Week. It's going on right now through Sunday, the 24th. That's a collaboration between Houston First Corporation and 21 local performing art organizations to bring you the best live performances. And it's a great deal, y'all. Buy one, get one free ticket deals. So you can experience whether it be a musical, ballet, opera, symphony, chamber music, theater, all the venues across the city. What you want to do is go to HoustonTheaterWeek.com to find out more. It really is, whether it's a date night or a family experience, it's such a great deal. And you can buy the tickets for later in the year and get this fantastic
I saw a video of you
deal.
on KRB's Facebook page, like with all the people that making the costumes. That was a big room.
Oh, yeah. They spend years putting these costumes together.
That's pretty cool.
And it just, the craftsmanship and the artistry.
Should have sent Kevin with you. He'd be like, is that the sewing 44,000?
Kevin, they had these industrial sewing machines.
You know, you love your sewing machines.
Okay, I have a brother sewing machine, and that's really all I know.
Yeah.
Can you really sew?
Brother.
I sew pretty well. Yeah, I was sewing this Saturday morning because I bent over and ripped the crotch out of some of my Zara shorts. So I just threw them on the sewing machine. You get some beige thread. You got to have the right color thread, guys.
You don't understand how valuable that skill is that you have that nobody else has. And I took a sewing class.
Because
and
most
I
people
can't remember
just
how to thread the machine.
throw them away.
It's like speaking
Why
a
would they do
language.
that?
No, they don't throw them away. Oh, the pants, not the
pants,
machine.
Yeah, if you rip the pants.
Yeah, it's like speaking a language. And I mean, learning a language and nobody speaks it to you, you forget it. I took a couture sewing class for 10 weeks. I made pillowcases. I made a skirt. I did all the things.
Where did you do this at?
It was a class not too far
College?
from here. No, it was when I was in my 20s.
Or just for the hell of it?
Yeah, my sister found
Leisure
it.
learning.
She goes, don't you want to learn
I
how
always
to do
wanted
this?
to try something like that.
This will be good to know how to sew
Class.
buttons and things. We probably need this in our lives. And I can't
heard about
remember how to
leisure
thread
learning.
it wasn't
Does it
from
still
them.
exist?
Remember that booklet with all the stuff you could do? 'Cause
Yes.
we thought about teaching. I'm like, hey, Kev, we can make some money.
But you know who my teacher was? Her name was Tommy Hartman. God bless her. She was everything you want the Southern grandma to be.
Yes.
And she was Lisa Hartman's stepmom. Lisa Hartman married to Clint Black.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Tommy Hartman. And I don't know if anybody ever took her class, Tommy Hartman, Tommie. She was fantastic, and I wish so much to go back to those days and ask her more questions. But I don't know how to thread the Singer machine, and it is at my mom's house.
Not only thread it, but you have to learn how to build a bobbin. You know, if you have some green thread, you
Wasn't
also
that
need
from
that
Lord of the Rings?
green bobbin.
That's Dobby.
Bilbo Bobbins?
Oh, I don't know.
Baggins.
Or Dobby is from something else. Anyway.
That's like the Timu version. That's like a
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, knockoff.
All right, listen, coming up next, I have a question for all of our listening area who has ever been in a sorority or put their child through one. Not fraternity, I'm talking specifically sororities, because my Instagram either thinks I'm an 18-year-old girl about to bid, or they think I'm the mother of an 18-year-old girl who's at the bid. And there is a specific video I came across last night that I said, I have got to find out more about this, and I know our audience has answers.
What
So,
does a bid even mean?
well, that's another thing I'm
I
going to
don't know.
explain to
What
you,
do
because
you
I know what bid day is, but you guys don't. But if you rushed a sorority and you had a bid day that was not successful, I need your opinions, and I need to educate everybody, because this is the time that you don't even realize it's on. Like, you just put bid day in Instagram, and the amount of videos that are going to come up is insane. So we're going to talk sororities next on KRBE.